Hello, and happy Memorial Day weekend to those of you in the US. To celebrate the holiday, this weekend we're bringing you the River Beach episode from our vault. We wish you and your family a restful long weekend and a wonderful, unofficial start to summer.
You arrive at the River Beach on the afternoon of opening day during the last weekend of June. The play library has set up an outpost at the edge of the beach, and you stop by to pick up an umbrella and a chaise lounge. You packed a cooler with snacks, and you've brought the novel that your friend in the city recommended to you. As you pick your way through the crowd, looking for the perfect spot, you marvel at the seagulls who have come this far inland. You smell the scent of coconut from people's sunscreen, and as the sand tickles the soles of your feet, you take a relaxing breath. Time slows down on the beach. You go for a swim in the briskly cold river, and then doze off while reading your book. You are half asleep and half awake when you hear someone say, "Can you believe we used to do this without any sunscreen at all?" You look over to see Elise sitting on her walker. A volunteer from the play library is setting up an umbrella and 2 chaise lounges next to you. Standing with Elise is another older woman leaning on a cane. Elise looks over at you and lights up. "Oh, it's you! I'm so glad you're here. This is Pat, my sister." Pat says, "Hello, youngster. I don't remember you. First time here?" You say, "Yes, in fact. I just moved to town this past spring." Pat says, "Well, good. It's hard to tell anymore if I can't remember people because we don't know each other or because I'm old. I guess I have my marbles today." She and Elise both laugh at this as they gingerly lower themselves onto the chaise lounges. Elise says to Pat, "So, how many summers is this?" Pat laughs and replies, "Can't be that many. I'm only 29. Elise swats her sister's arm and says, "You've been 29 since the first moon landing." Pat muses, "And somehow I was married 62 years. I guess time is funny that way." You say, 62 years? Wow, that's amazing." Elise smiles at you and stage whispers, "They actually got married here, you know." You ask, "Here at the River Beach?" Elise nods and tells you, "Jack used to run the snack bar when we were lifeguards here. These two were always sweet on each other, but he was so shy." Pat cuts in, "I was not shy." Elise continues, "He never asked her out. Finally, on the last day of the summer before senior year in high school, Pat marches up there and lays into him, shouting so the whole beach could hear, 'I'm so mad at you, Jack. I've had a crush on you for 3 years now, and I'm tired of waiting on you to do something about it.' Pat says, 'I had a little fizz in those days.' Elise's eyes sparkle as she says, 'Had?' Anyway, she's standing there, her hands balled into fists, looking for all the world like she's gonna fight him. And what does he do? Pat says, 'He kisses me, right there in the snack bar.' Elise concludes, 2 summers later, they got married in the snack bar on opening day. You say, 'That's wonderful.' Pat says, 'It really was. I miss him so much. this would be our 70th anniversary today. Elise and Pat look down to the water, lost in their memories. You lay back in your own chair, noticing the line between sun and shade falling on your legs, and you take a slow breath. As the day turns toward evening, you help Elise and Pat to the river's edge so they can dip their toes in the water. When you settle them back into their chairs, Pat reaches into the top of her swimsuit and produces a wad of cash. She says to you, "Will you go get us some dinner?" You say, "Yes, of course." Elise says, "The snack bar is long gone now, but these food trucks are pretty good." Pat hands you the money and says, "Be a dear and get us 2 hot dogs, some cheese fries, a funnel cake to share, and 2 birch beers. The blue ones, if they have them." You say nothing at this, but Pat reads your facial expression and says, "My cholesterol is just fine, love. Don't you worry about us. Be sure to get something for yourself, too." The 3 of you sit together, savoring your bounty from the food trucks, as the crowd gradually disperses and people head home for showers and bedtimes. The lifeguards blow their whistles for one long blast to signal the end of their day. Elise says, "That used to be us. We also guarded at the natatorium on campus. Have you heard about it?" You say, "Oh yes, I'm hoping to get there soon." Pat chimes in, "I've never seen anything else like it. A huge natural pool in a cavern. We taught swim lessons there." Elise wipes her mouth with a napkin and adds, "They use it as a robotics lab now, but you can still go swimming. It's open to the whole town on Saturday nights all winter." By the time sunset comes around, a small group is setting up a DJ booth at the summer stage back by the food trucks. The families with kids have cleared off the beach, and there are high schoolers hanging out on the picnic tables, laughing and flirting with each other. You look up at the first stars appearing in the night sky, and as you feel the chill of the river settling onto the beach, you take an easy breath. As you start gathering your things, you realize that Elise and Pat are making no move of their own to leave. A younger guy comes over from the summer stage group, carrying glow-in-the-dark necklaces. He is shirtless and wearing several necklaces himself. He says, "What's up, Pat? How you been, Elise?" He hands each of them a few necklaces and offers some to you as well. You tell him, "Thanks, but I'm getting ready to head home." You ask Elise and Pat, "How late are you planning to stay?" Pat winks at you and says, "Go home and get some sleep. We'll be just fine."
To learn more about our town and to join us as a town resident, visit www.neighborfulstation.us.